Mostly sunny today, high 38. Cloudy tonight, low 22. For tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 42. Sunny and 40 on Friday. For Saturday, partly cloudy, high 40. And the outlook for Sunday, cloudy skies with a high of 40. Overnight low was 8 above. Yesterday's high was 20. Currently, humidity at 84%. Winds from the south at 4 miles an hour. Pressure at 30.4. Right now, we've got sunshine and 12 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-woo!
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mark Turner there, Mike Dreeth, Lisa Konopasek,
Good morning.
sitting in for the absent K.O. Kennody, who's normally here on Wednesday. You've got big responsibility, big shoes to
Today is
follow.
not KO Wednesday.
It's
Kono Pasek Wednesday.
Kono.
Kono Wednesday.
Kono Wednesday.
Thank you for sitting in for Ken. He was. I took his place last night at the city council meeting too. That was interesting.
Wonder if he's streaming Disney movies today.
I bet he's streaming us. Hello,
Yeah.
Ken. How are you?
Well, and if you remember when you called me,
Yeah.
he had this like excited level of voice. Hey, Lisa, it's Mike. Yeah, Kennody, he's going to Disney World next week and
Yeah.
wanted to know if you could sit in for him. I'm
Yeah.
like, I thought you were going to ask me to go to Disney World with Kennody.
No.
He had that excitement. It like, hey, guess what you get to do? Guess what you
This
get to
is
do?
this is my Disney World right
This
here.
is awesome. Yeah.
I'm glad that you
But
could
I
come join
thought I
us.
was going to Disney World for
No,
just a couple
no.
seconds.
At the end of the show, you can say, now I'm going to say, how are you doing? What's going on? You say, I'm going to Disney World. Just so like at the Super Bowl.
No, actually, you could say, you've done morning coffee. What are you going to do now?
Yeah.
I'm going to Disney World.
There you go.
With Kennody.
There you go.
And Rita. I bet Rita.
I bet you
Rita'd be
you
fun.
think he took her along?
Well, I hope so. I bet he did.
12 degrees, and it's surged in the last hour.
Yeah, it's gone up.
It's too cold for now. Way too cold. Anyway, interesting city council last night's meeting. Great news, I thought, that Mike Schilk became the manager of the year, and interesting that he's the first manager of the year who's never played pro baseball or never played. It's pro baseball, right? He never got
Professional
paid.
baseball.
He never played baseball professionally.
Yeah,
And he's the first person to
ever
win.
to do it. Yeah.
You've got this is what is this? This is Cardigan Day. I didn't realize this.
National Cardigan Sweater Day.
That's correct.
I don't think I even have a cardigan sweater.
And do you know, can I ask a
Go,
question?
please.
Well, do you know why? Do you know what today is?
It's Mr. Rogers' birthday, isn't it?
Well, today is World Kindness Day.
Ah.
And who is the kindest person ever? Mr.
Me?
Rogers.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Mr.
about
Rogers.
me.
Now, see, it's a good thing that his show isn't on anymore.
It is?
Yeah, because in this day and age, somebody would try and dig up some dirt on Mr.
Oh,
Rogers.
I know.
Well, there was some dirt dug up, but it's already been nixed that it wasn't true.
It's
Some
already
kind
been
of
thrown in a hole.
sniper or
and-
something. And no, that's definitely not true. There's a rumor going around, and that's not true.
I don't believe I own a cardigan. Do
I
you?
don't think I do.
So, yeah, today
did
is
at one
National
time.
Cardigan Day.
Tom's got one.
Yeah.
I have one on.
Yes.
I mean, everybody in town. I just came from downtown.
People walking around with cardigans.
Everyone has a cardigan on.
Jack the Can Man in a cardigan.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Everyone.
You got
But
Meet
you
the
do.
Mules? You got Meet the Mules coming up? You
Yeah,
got
it's
any-
coming
talk
up,
about
just announced this morning, coming up Friday night. Doors open at 5 o'clock. You can come in, tour the facility. There'll be food available.
Oh.
And then at 6 o'clock, you got to pay for it. It's food available for purchase.
complimentary free food?
No, you got to purchase. And then at 6 o'clock, they'll introduce all the athletes for boys and girls basketball and wrestling.
Boy, I can't believe basketball's right there on the doorstep.
Well, high school girls basketball starts Monday.
Yeah,
And then our first basketball broadcast is a week from tomorrow.
will I be allowed to go to see that game?
Yeah, I think you would. I think you will.
Why not?
Well, there was a
Well, last
problem
year he went to one game.
They shot 23%.
Yeah. And the JV lost for the first time.
Coaches come together and they said, please, don't come back.
Well, there you go. Maybe.
But maybe it's a new
Maybe
year.
not.
Maybe I'll be lucky this year to the Mules. You know, in this job we have here.
Oh, did we mention the Johnsonville Veterans Day service?
No, go ahead, please.
Okay. Johnsonville Veterans Day service that was scheduled for Tuesday
Yes.
and was snowed out.
Yes.
It's rescheduled for Thursday at 10 o'clock.
Lisa, you're a Johnsonville girl, right?
Yes. Yes.
Proudly
Johnsonville
a
alumni.
Johnsonville
Yes.
alumni. Okay. And I'm sorry I insulted
great
you
spot.
earlier by suggesting you were from Mount Airy.
No.
No.
Whole other crew
Yes,
over there.
Not,
All right.
not you.
So-
Not me.
So in our life here, Turner,
Yeah.
in this Disney world that we exist in here on the airwaves,
Yeah.
6,000 red hot watts stretching across Wayne County and Edwards County. We get little gems, little nuggets, little pieces of gold that are thrown our way, right?
If you
Right?
say so.
It's time for a piece of gold from our friend Double D and the beginning of the Bucket of Bunk.
Tuning in the radio, listening to Mike and Mark. It's that time once again for the bucket of bunk. Bucket of bunk, bucket of bunk. Bucket of bunk, bucket of bunk. Learning something new every day. Hey, bucket of bunk, bucket of bunk.
I think my favorite part of that, the whole thing, is learning something new.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, hey. It's like there was no other words left. Hey, hey, hey.
Well, it's time
That's
to belly up to
beautiful.
the trough of knowledge
Which
and
makes
slurp.
me think of remember the old TV show What's Happening?
Yeah.
And the guy would come and go, hey, hey, hey. That's what it made me think of.
She loves me. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, here we go. The birthdays today. Oh, boy, that was priceless. Thank you, Derek, for making my morning. Gary Marshall died in 2016. He was born on this date in 1934. He died at the age of 81. He, of course, the brother of Penny Marshall. He created a vehicle for her called Laverne and Shirley. It was a spinoff of Happy Days. And there was another spinoff. Can you remember that?
Chachi. Joni Loves Chachi.
Well, there's that one, sure. But there was others.
Mork and Mindy.
Yeah, there you
yeah.
go. That's the one I was thinking of. Gary Marshall took the Odd Couple, the play by Neil Simon, and turned it into a TV show. That was his first big success. He also directed Pretty Woman, Runaway Bride, The Princess Diaries. He started as a joke writer for Joey Bishop. I didn't find Joey Bishop particularly funny, but anyway. He also was a joke writer for Jack Parr and The Tonight Show and The Dick Van Dyke Show, The Danny Thomas Show, and The Lucy Show. So he had a pretty interesting background. And he acted on Murphy Brown and a voice on The Simpsons. Gary Marshall, born on this date in 1934. Whoopi Goldberg is 64 today. Her real name is Karen Elaine Johnson.
Wow.
Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
One of very few people that's won an Emmy, a Grammy, and a Tony.
Okay.
I didn't realize she was that accomplished as an
I
actress.
did not realize, yeah. But she was in like The Color Purple, and she was in
Deep-
Ghost.
Deep South was her first. Steven Spielberg used her in The Color Purple. Ghost in 1990. Psychic in 1992. Sister Act was a big one for her.
Oh, that
was
was
funny.
huge.
And Sister Act 2.
And 3, and 4, and 212.
She was also in a 1994 flick called Karina. Toy Story 3, she was in that in 2010.
Okay.
The View since 2007. She's the moderator, sort of, for The View. Do you spend much time with The View, Lisa?
I never watched The View. Never.
I have a rough time with it myself. Married 3 times. Linked romantically to Frank Langella, Timothy Dalton, and Ted Danson. Of course, she got into the famous blackface controversy
Oh, yeah.
with Ted Danson.
She was linked romantically with him for quite a few years, wasn't she?
1992 is when this happened. She and Ted Danson did a blackface routine. Well, he would have been in blackface. She was obviously didn't have to. At the Friars Club, and it was a roast, and it bit them, to say the least.
They got roasted.
She says she was not meant to marry. Well, she's 0 for 3, so that's probably a pretty good. She said she never loved her husbands.
Then why did she get married?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is pretty interesting. She's dyslexic, by the way.
Okay.
So there you go. Really, her name is Goldberg Whoopi. You got to think about that.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel is 52 today. Comedian, talk show host. He's been the host of the Emmys, and that's a difficult job, both the Emmys as well as the Academy Awards. He was the host of the Emmys in 2012, 2016, the Academy Awards in 2017 and 2018. He was the host of The Man Show. Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
Yes,
No.
yes. He also was the host of Win Ben Stein's Money. 2018, he was named one of the world's most influential people.
Who is
Time.
this again?
We're talking about Jimmy Kimmel,
Yeah.
one of the world's 100 most influential people.
Huh.
But Double D was on that list too, so I don't think that's. In a relationship with comedian Sarah Silverman between 2002 and 2009, they broke up. He married. He has 4 kids. He's been married twice, and he plays the bass clarinet.
I didn't realize there was a bass clarinet.
There is. He plays it, and he's narcoleptic. There's your word for the day.
Oh,
He
narcoleptic.
suffers from narcolepsy.
He
Lisa, you
falls
want to take a
asleep
shot?
all the time?
That's right. I had a
Yeah, he falls
boss.
asleep all the time.
I had a boss once, a vice president at a college, and if you went in for a request, you talked very fast because he would nod off in the middle of the conversation, drive you crazy. But
So
he had
what-
narcolepsy.
So what if you were a dyslexic?
Narcoleptic?
Yeah.
Wouldn't
would
you
you
be
be-
awake all the time?
So you'd be awake all the time. No, you'd be
Yes.
asleep all the time, and then all of a sudden you'd wake up. Probably.
I'm confused. That's what I think. Oh, November 13th, 1775, during the American Revolution, U.S. forces captured Montreal.
Really? And they gave it back, huh?
That's sort of like saying, I'm in the U.S. Army, and during World War II, I took Uganda. Why would we take Montreal in 1775? You get some sort of strategic advantage to be taking part of Canada?
I don't know.
They must have just been in the area or something.
They got lost on their
I
way
know.
to Starbucks.
I know. Those British are giving us a rough time. Let's go take Montreal.
Let's go north.
Let's go north. 1789,
Well,
Benjamin.
at that point in the Revolutionary War, we had to take a W anywhere we could get one.
Put one in the win column. 1789, Benjamin Franklin wrote a letter to a friend in which he said, quote, "In this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes," end of quote. And that's been used many times since.
Oh, yeah.
1805, Johann George Lerner, a Viennese butcher, invented a recipe that he called the Frankfurter.
Ooh.
Now, this is sort of the forerunner of the hot dog, if I'm not mistaken, which you could get pretty easily in Montreal during the siege. 1942, FDR signed a measure lowering the minimum draft age from 21 to 18. Your dad was in that parade.
Yes, he was.
Your dad was one of the 7.
Andrew Mayo. Yep.
How old was he when he was?
I think he was probably
drafted?
18 when he
Because it
went.
says right here,
I
in
believe he
1942,
was.
they lowered it to 18. They
I
needed the
believe he
bodies.
was 18, and he was D-Day +1. And then they're 18 months through Battle of the Bulge and such. But yeah, the parade was great. It was a lot of fun the other day. A lot of our family came, and we had posters, and it was really fun.
I had the great honor of shaking his hand, as well as the
good,
other
great.
6
Right.
World War II, and shake their hand to say thank you, and that
Wonderful.
was appropriate. Thank you for having him, and thank you to him for his service. 1977, the comic strip Little Abner appeared in newspapers first time. Music history: Three Dog Night's Old Fashioned Love Song. Great song.
Yeah, that is a great song.
1971 was released. And 1973, Jerry Lee Lewis Jr. killed in a highway accident near Mississippi. Was that an odd news story yesterday? The poor lady was on the side of the interstate here in Wayne County.
Changing her tire.
Yeah.
Had two troopers with her. Guy in a panel truck loses control of it, probably trying to get over because of the new law. Runs into the car. It's a wonder you didn't have 3 fatalities on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Roads were
If
slick. This was yesterday.
Yeah,
roads were
yesterday morning.
slick and-
You know
yeah.
what? If I have a flat tire and it's like that, I've got
You're calling somebody.
Yeah.
AAA. I am not getting out and changing that tire along the side of the interstate.
I'd be calling somebody too.
I'd be on some rims to an exit too. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
think so, yeah.
So, all right. Well, we've got a question of the day that I didn't realize was going to be so popular. Lisa, you're going to have to chime in on this, but
Okay.
I've
I saw
got
it actually. I think on Facebook.
pages and pages. The question was, during snow and cold weather, what's your go-to comfort food? Now, that's got a lot of answers. So we're going to take a break, and we'll come back and tell you what everybody's eating around Fairfield right now after they get their milk and
Bread and
eggs
milk.
and bread. Back on Morning Coffee with Lisa Konopasek after this.
Celebrate amazing savings at your local Sprint store. Now through Sunday, November 17th, when you switch to Sprint, you can pick up the new iPad Gen 7, featuring an amazing 10.2-inch Retina display and smart keyboard on us when you add a new line on a qualifying plan. That's right, get an iPad Gen 7 on us when you add a new line at Sprint. All you need is approved credit. Plus, when you switch, you'll get $100 via prepaid MasterCard for each new phone you lease. The more lines you switch, the more.
It's here. The Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to your station's website, WFIWradio.com, and click on Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens of gift certificates for places like Three Chicks Fudgery, Act Tire and Auto, Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center, and Bullard's Farm Market and Bakery. You can shop 24 hours a day and save tons of money in the process. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
My secret for staying healthy over the years? I love being outdoors. I'm also what you might call a weekend warrior, which does come with a share of bumps and bruises. Luckily, I've got great coverage through Health Alliance. I know I'm covered if anything happens. Plus, they offer free virtual visits and a great mobile app. If you're looking for health insurance, get insurance for real life. Get Health Alliance. See how much you can save at healthalliance.org/plans.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when the stock market crashed?
The economic fundamentals in this country remain sound, and our citizens should not panic.
A Texas toddler was rescued after being trapped in a well for 2 days. Supreme Court nominee Robert Bork was rejected by a record 58 senators. Vice President Bush told us,
I am here today to announce my candidacy for President of the United States.
Frank Viola led the Twins to a World Series victory over St. Louis, and all these winners were new on the radio. All these songs came out together, but when? The answer and a little taste of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Let the Carnaby girls guide you through the simple journey of creating the perfect charm jewelry that tells a story, expresses a sentiment, or makes a style statement. So many new designs plus Christmas charms have arrived. Brighton's Charm Bracelet promo includes a Joy to the World and Snowflake charm free with a $50 purchase at the Brighton Charm Bar or Amulet collection of charms, beads, or spacers. Carnaby's popular Lucky Bird Christmas tees have arrived. Check out their Facebook page for all the cool new designs. Come see the Carnaby Fashion Team. Open late on Thursdays and 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday.
October 1987.
Tiffany, and I Think We're Alone Now, the top song of October 1987. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another Time Capsule.
Take a break from cooking this week and let Gotzi's Restaurant in Carmi cook for you. You can buy a $10 gift certificate for only $7 at the Big Deal Store on WFIWradio.com.
There's a lot to be thankful for at Uniquely Rustique in November. 3/4 length t-shirts and hoodies are available with scriptures that will be great Christmas gifts. They've got Christmas decor for your home, your office, your church, or wherever you decorate. Uniquely Rustique will also have special deals for Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. Watch uniquelyrustique.com for special web-only specials. Here's what's going on Monday, November 18th. It's the Fairfield Memorial Hospital Better Breathers Club meeting on Monday. If you have pulmonary fibrosis, COPD, or lung cancer, consider joining this group. Learn better ways to cope with your diagnosis and live life to the fullest. Licensed clinical social worker Lauren Griswold will be discussing managing stress and anxiety at 3 p.m. in the Medical Arts Complex Community Education Room. 847-8349 is the number for more information. Also, the Wayne City Ruritan Club will meet Monday night, November 18th at the Wayne City Community Building. Meeting and dinner will begin at 6:30. Anyone interested in joining or becoming an active volunteer is invited to attend.
I didn't know if this was going to be any good or not.
And it exploded.
It did. Most of the time, they're polls. You know what I mean? We do a poll on Facebook.
Right.
This was just, hey, what's your go-to comfort food? Let's do it right here first.
All right.
Lisa, what's your go-to comfort food when it's 12 degrees outside?
Really good, homemade by my husband, Tom, beef stew.
Really?
Like 1,000 pearl onions in there.
Oh, yeah.
Really good beef, potatoes, carrots, celery, really rich broth. It's the best.
A McBeef stew.
Beef stew, that's true. That's the
By
best.
the way, I just got a call from my...
That's a Kono stew.
Yeah.
A Kono stew. I just got a call from my Bassett's.
Yeah.
They say they are going to cut their paws if they hear Derek. You know them. They listen to they listen to the show. They're all ears.
Yeah.
What's your go-to comfort food?
Sometimes soup. You know.
Well, is there a soup in particular?
Potato soup.
Yeah.
Chili.
Yeah.
Black bean soup.
Oh yeah.
Love black bean soup. Maybe bean with bacon.
We all think alike. For me, it's chili. Oh, I love chili.
Okay. Now, do you put crackers in your chili?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Cheese and crackers.
Do you put crushed up tater chips in your bean with bacon soup?
Tater chips?
I don't do bacon and I don't do that soup.
You don't do bean with bacon soup?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
No.
Another really good, quick, easy, Campbell's.
Yeah.
Tomato bisque, not tomato. Must be tomato bisque.
Yes.
Made with milk.
Ooh.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
Do
very
you have
good.
a sandwich
I had it
with it?
last
You gotta
night,
have grilled
actually.
cheese with it, right?
Right.
I had it last night.
Do you have a grilled cheese with it?
No, just the soup.
Just the soup.
But a lot of crackers.
Well, we had 3,225 people look at this question.
How many?
3,225. And there were 50 comments. So, I mean, it just exploded. Mark says he likes snow cones and baked Alaska. I'm sure Mark was pulling our leg.
Yeah.
All right?
But I don't know. I had to get ice cream yesterday.
Well, Bruce said he got ice cream, too, on a day like this. You can't
We
get
had to
cold
go.
food.
We had to go out yesterday, and I bought some ice cream and some gelato.
Gelato.
Gelato's good.
Dan says ham, beans, and cornbread in the slow cooker. That's what he was doing, in fact, as he answered.
Ooh.
Crystal said soups and chocolate. Chili and cornbread was Freda. Beverly said hot soup. Mostly homemade chicken pasta soup is good. I'll say.
Sounds good.
I'm getting hungry right here, right now. Boom, boom, boom. Spaghetti with a nice sauce and cheese, said Rob. Taco soup, Debbie. Homemade tomato soup and crusty buttery grilled cheese, is what Cheryl
there you
said.
go.
Not bad at all. That's Bruce who said the ice cream. I find that hard. Vegan chili, said Terry. I never heard of that.
I got a
Vegan
question.
chili?
I got a question. Okay.
Go ahead.
You always see the commercials about the Impossible Whopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big
Right.
one. Yeah.
All right. If vegans are against eating beef, why do they want something that tastes like beef?
I'm with you.
Do vegans eat
Just a
animal
thought.
crackers?
Just a thought.
Yes,
You
they
think?
do. They do eat
Are you
animal
sure?
crackers.
I
I'm
don't.
sure they
I
do.
don't know.
I'm
I
sure
don't
they
think
do.
That's a good question.
I don't think they do.
You should ask that question tomorrow.
Yeah,
for
I
the
said
question of the day.
to all the vegetarians out there.
Do you eat animal crackers?
I'm taking some
Or
days.
is that cruel and unusual?
I'm taking some days off. I've already loaded the questions of the day.
I bet they don't.
It's not that.
Betty won't even give us a shot.
No. Here's Chet. Chet said Manhattan. Now, are we talking? Here's my question. Are we talking about like a beef Manhattan?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or are we talking about the drink, a Manhattan?
Beef Manhattan with mashed potatoes and all that.
You can take a Manhattan every once
You
in a
know,
while.
you know what's good? Instead of just using regular old white bread
Yeah.
for beef Manhattans,
Mhm.
use Texas toast and grill it.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
oh, yeah.
Beef and noodles, another one. Potato dumplings. Ooh, man, that gets me hungry. Gets me really hungry. All right. Well, there you go.
Okay.
There's the comfort food question that exploded on the internet. Here's,
Okay.
I think, my most fun story of the day.
Yeah.
Can I share that with you?
Sure.
I promise the Bassetts there will be no more Derek on the show, by the way. You guys can continue to listen. Put down the razor. A Kansas man who robbed a bank last September and told police that he was hoping to get caught so he would get prison time to escape his wife was sentenced Tuesday to 6 months of home confinement
That's great.
after he pled guilty, according to the Kansas City Star.
Man.
Lawrence John Ripple took the guilty plea in January. He told the judge Tuesday that he had heart surgery that left him depressed when he committed the bank robbery. Now, here's the deal. Ripple handed a note to a bank teller in Kansas City demanding cash and warning that he had a gun. Ripple took the money, which was just short of $3,000. He walked straight to the lobby, sat down. He told the guard, quote, "I'm the guy you're looking for." The guy wasn't even looking at that point. Didn't realize that there had been a robbery at that moment.
Where was the bank at? Mayberry?
No, it's in Kansas. It's in
Okay.
Kansas, right across the river from Kansas City, apparently. Officers arrived quickly. An FBI agent wrote in the affidavit that Ripple had earlier been arguing with his wife. He told investigators he wrote the note in front of his wife, telling her, quote, "I'd rather be in jail than at home." I love that. And so the judge sentenced him 6 months
Home confined.
in home.
Right.
He can't leave home.
That's
Okay,
funny.
so last night I'm watching TV.
Yeah.
And I see this commercial about a refrigerator. I don't know which brand it was. But at the end of it, it indicates that this fridge has an ice maker
Okay.
for craft ice.
Craft ice. What's that?
I have no idea.
Craft ice.
Yeah.
It makes it sound like it's a special kind of ice.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were using the commercial, they were using these.
You've been watching that
those
Food
big-
Channel again?
No,
You've been
it was
watching the
not
Food Channel again?
It was the big balls of ice,
Okay.
and all these people would go, "I'm a baller," drop the ice in a drink.
Ah.
And then I guess that's craft ice, specially shaped
I'm not saying
ice.
that. I'm not saying that. Not mixed company, I'm not. Really?
Yeah.
So it's a circular
I don't know
piece
if
of
it's
ice.
circular, but I think maybe it's just like craft beer is
By the way,
specialty beers.
I want
So you can have
talking
all the-
about the Basset Hounds wanting to cut themselves over
Yeah.
the Derek song.
You want to cut yourself too?
Let me
over
tell you
that?
something. Last 2 nights I've had to watch the Food Network. I had no choice. The TV was commandeered.
And that's a
Ah.
bad. Do you not have 2 TVs?
I could go upstairs and watch it in my man cave if I wanted to, but I love to spend the time, holding the hand, watching
Aw,
TV
That's so sweet. With
what's her name? Carol. Carol. That's who I like to spend time with. Anyway, the point simply is,
It's terrible.
we had to watch bake-offs. Christmas cookie. Last night was Christmas cookie bake-off. They have 3 judges. They have people. They say you've got 2 hours and 23 minutes. Make a cookie that will, blow away these 3 judges.
Well, it sounds like you were really paying attention.
Yeah.
You knew
I
all
didn't
the
make
rules.
choice.
I would love to be a judge on one of those cooking on one of those.
I don't know how they do it because after about 18 cookies, I'm full. But these guys just kept shoving it in.
18?
Well, they got 20 contestants and they pare it down. It's like who's leaving the island? Your cookie sucks. You got to leave.
I think it kind of sounds like you enjoyed that show a little bit.
That's what it sounds like to me.
I kind of
No,
think
I
so.
don't think so.
Yeah, I think
you
he.
did.
I had one guy yesterday.
See, he knows all about
I think he got the urge
the
to
day
go
before,
make cookies.
the day before it was cakes. Okay, the night before it was cakes.
Streaming Food
And
Network.
and there's this guy in the middle. He's bald. And I certainly don't have a problem with that. He's bald, and every time he gets one of these desserts, he opens his mouth. It's like one of those retractable mouths that come all the way down to the table. And he shoves this food in his mouth, and then he kind of makes lots of guttural noises as he eats the cake. And he drives me crazy. And she records this stuff so that she can watch it again.
Are you sure?
What's her
Are
name?
you sure it's watching it again, or it's just recording it so she can watch it at another time?
Let me tell you something. I wouldn't mind this if I was seeing some of these great desserts around the house.
I love the.
If this stuff,
You know.
if this stuff started showing up on the table,
Next time I go somewhere out dancing, I'm gonna.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just
What are
telling
you
you.
doing? What's that dance cost? It's the.
I don't watch hunting shows where they're taking bears because I'm not going to find any bears out south of town. But
Well,
I
there's
watch.
Bigfoots in the Shawnee Forest.
Well, they haven't made it up here. But I have been watching.
They're migrating north.
I have been watching deer shows because, of course, everybody knows I've become the ultimate deer slayer.
But you know what? I bet.
Why would you watch dessert shows if you're not making dessert?
I don't know. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Get her done.
Yes, of course.
I missed that.
You got to get her done. It was a get her done. We get a
okay.
get her done every once in a while.
But
All right, so
maybe-
Hey. In response to that call,
Yeah.
buddy, we got her done.
What do you mean?
Well, no, we just got her done.
We got her done.
We got her done.
Go ahead, Lisa. So
But
what?
maybe
Maybe it's because I'm diabetic.
Carol is very smart and very shrewd. This is her way of just like putting you through torture. She probably doesn't even like that show either, but she knows you really dislike it. So she's just like, I'm going to mess with Mike.
Okay,
Here
for a
we
moment.
go.
For a moment.
Here we go.
For a moment. Is that something that you would do to your husband, the person that gives you those little onions in your comfort
pearl
soup?
onions.
The little pearl onions. I mean, we talked about that with such love.
I know, it's
Would he
delicious.
go and get you like a Burger King bean burger?
Not Burger King. No.
I
he
didn't
would
think
not
so.
go to Burger King. No way.
Oh, that's a dirty word around there.
I
I
know,
think.
right.
Not
That is-
just that. Bean burgers are a
No,
dirty
no,
word.
no.
Anyway, see,
Yeah.
I just don't buy. I could accept this. I could accept that I'm watching dessert shows and yet I don't see dessert. I could accept that. Oh, I'm going to be in trouble for this. I can
You know
tell
what,
right
just
now.
go ahead.
Hey,
Just
you
do
know-
it.
you know
Just
what?
go.
Trouble for this.
Just do it.
Go get her a cake.
No, I don't think so. No, there's only one thing that solves these sorts of problems. But I'm not sure I can fit that in today. We're going to go and
You want me to get Christy on the phone?
Yeah.
Christy probably is already
You
starting
need-
to work on what's going to get me out of this hole. You know, I was warned about not doing the whole forest yell again.
Yeah.
That got me in trouble.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
This has nothing to do with food,
Okay.
but I want to discuss Wayne County highways.
Okay. Go ahead.
Why are they worse than any counties around us?
Can you
we
give us?
only have
You mean
one
as far as
truck?
clearing off snow and ice and things, or just the condition of the roads?
Yeah. the conditions of the roads. There's
Okay.
still ice on them.
Yeah.
They only cleared one side coming from Clay County roads. I mean, from when the Wayne County road highway starts. I mean, they was traveling from Effingham. They could drive 40 to 45, but when they came to Wayne County, they couldn't drive over 30.
Okay, so for a moment, are we talking about 45 and 50? Are we talking about the state roads, or are we talking about the county roads?
No, I'm talking about state.
Okay, well, let's be clear about that. So you're telling me, and I have to be honest with you, yesterday morning, it was pretty perilous coming out on 15 out here to the hill.
It was.
But it's not because of lack of seeing state plows. I saw plenty of state plows and heard them going past my house in the early morning hours. But I would agree it was bad yesterday morning, and so I mean that would be a state thing.
It was bad the night before.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
Sure
was.
Yep. All right. Thank you. We appreciate always your 2 cents. All right. Well, yeah, that was not a bad. That was a bad. But I don't want to lay it at the feet of the county highway department because they have nothing to do with 15 and 45. So there you go. And the roads are not in great shape before you get ice on them. I mean, they got a lot of problems. All right, where were we? We were back.
The big pothole. Out
She
here
just
come
saved
in.
that lady. Just saved me, didn't she? I was going down a bad road.
Changing the subject.
Yeah.
I
You had
appreciate
that lady
Because you
call.
know, Lisa and I are not going to do that.
Not going to do what?
We're going to let you dig that hole.
Yeah.
Oh well, thank
Then
you.
we're going to
Yeah, what
bury
were
you.
you
Then
gonna
we're
say,
going to
Mike?
bury you in it.
I was going to say, did you know that they're going to have another reunion of Friends? It's in the works, at least. It's going to happen on HBO Max, AT&T's new streaming service. They're going to bring back the cast of Friends for a reunion.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
They're still out there working, many of them. I think Jennifer Aniston looks even better today than she did when she was on Friends, quite honestly. Now, there's an attractive woman, much the same as my wife is. An incredibly attractive woman as she ages. I mean, she ages well. She's aging very well. What a beautiful woman. John Legend was named the People's Sexiest Man. John Legend.
Oh, John Legend, the singer. Okay.
Named the sexiest man alive.
Okay.
Nah.
Wasn't even in the running, apparently. They didn't ask me. It's a lot of pressure, he says. He was named the sexiest man alive for 2019. I think that's a People magazine thing.
Probably. Yeah, I think that's true.
Is there even still a People magazine? Can you buy it
I
in
think
print
so.
form?
You know
Okay.
what? I will not have to watch baking shows tonight. You know why?
Oh, I know why. Country Music Awards
That's
tonight.
right. Biggest night tonight.
Yep.
53rd annual CMA Awards. I will not have the TV again for the third night.
That's right. But you better wear your cardigan though.
I don't have a cardigan.
We'll go out and buy one.
Yeah. It's a
I
big
don't
deal
think Christy
today.
has one my size.
It's a big deal today.
Entertainer of the Year nominee Carrie Underwood will return to host for the 12th year in a row.
See what he's doing?
Oh.
He's just going, I mean, everything we say, he's just ignoring. And
He's just plowing
It's bouncing
right
off
ahead.
me.
Way
It's
to
bouncing
way to
off me.
focus, man. Way to put on the blinders.
This time around, Carrie Underwood will be joined by special guest Reba McEntire. She's coming to Evansville real soon.
That's what I hear.
You know what? I also got a message that Elton John's coming to St. Louis.
Really?
Yes.
Is he going to show up?
Well, yeah. I
Yeah,
think so.
he canceled Indianapolis, I think, a couple weeks ago.
Legendary singer Elton John will be has lined up a second farewell for his St. Louis fans. I thought he had already gone through a farewell.
He's been
It's his
farewelling
second
for
farewell.
like 3 years.
Enterprise Center. Let's see what it is the dates. Showtime 8 o'clock. It doesn't say. Oh, July 7th, next year.
Okay.
Next
way,
year.
Way down the road.
Yeah.
Have you
Way
watched
down
him?
the line.
I have. I've seen him live. Mm-hmm.
I don't know that he can hit the high notes anymore.
Let's see. I saw him a couple years ago. He doesn't look good. He didn't look good a few years ago. I mean, he's how long's he been doing this farewell tour? And this is July next year.
This is
Holy
probably
smokes!
This is probably 4 or 5 years. I mean, you know what?
Is he hitting
Just
every
go away.
town?
You know, It may be he may have Elton Juan doubling in for him.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That was at Wabash Valley, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Elton Juan. He was a knockoff.
Yeah.
I missed that. I didn't go see that either.
It's like Prelvis Esley instead of Elvis Presley. That's Prelvis Esley.
You're going to stop me when I get close, right?
I am, and we're close.
Okay, well, here's Arby's. It's apologizing for a sign that it had in its restaurants, and it said, "Only children who behave are welcome."
It's pretty blunt.
The sign on the door even has specifics. It says, "Kids must keep food on trays and bottoms on seats, or they'll be asked to leave." The fast food chain admits the language was insensitive and says the manager has been disciplined. This was just at one specific
store, one restaurant.
I bet that would never happen when the Conopasic's owned McDonald's.
Oh, no. You enjoyed having unbehaving children there.
Yeah, bring
eating
them on.
their fun meals. Before we
Happy
take the break.
meals. Happy meals.
Yes, of course.
All right.
It's fun to have a Happy Meal. I just want to mention that the Orchardville...
Fun Meals, I think, were like Burger Chef had Fun Meals back in the day.
Burger Chef?
Yeah. Do you not remember Burger Chef and Jeff?
Jeff?
That was
In
the
Jeff?
sidekick of Burger Chef.
What?
Burger Chef was in Jeff?
You know, like Ronald McDonald has the Hamburglar and
Right, Grimace
what's
and-
the bird?
Birdie.
Okay. Well, Burger Chef
Creativity
had
there.
Burger Chef and his sidekick Jeff.
I don't remember that.
I don't
Sorry.
really.
Orchardville Fireman Benefit and Auction coming up on Saturday, November 16th. Lisa, of course, this is your stomping grounds at the Orchardville Community Center. They're going to have a raffle as well. Oh, baby. Bunch of guns there. Smith & Wesson all over that. There's an auction at 6:30 on that night, and they're going to have food. By the way, the tickets for the auction or the raffle, 6 for $5 or $1 a piece, and they're going to have pork chops, chicken, and noodles. There you go, a comfort food. Door prizes, a 50-50 round. That's going to benefit the Orchardville Firemen, and so we want to pass that along to you. And with that, we've got questions offered by our lovely guest.
Yes.
Lisa Conopasek.
Okay.
Trivia.
So you want the questions now?
Yes,
Yes, we do. Not the
Okay.
answers, just the questions.
All right. World Kindness Day.
That's what it is?
Yeah. Well, no. But today is World Kindness Day. And this year in particular, you wear the cardigan, thinking about Mr. Rogers.
Mhm.
He is the, king of kind.
He is the king of kind.
Yeah.
So this is Mr. Rogers trivia.
All right.
Okay.
Good. Wonderful.
All right. What was Mr. Rogers' profession before television?
Okay,
Where
I think
did-
I know that.
Where did Mr. Rogers get his iconic sweaters?
No.
When was the first broadcast in color? Who wrote the music for the show? When was the last show aired? What was one thing in particular that was special or different about Mr. Rogers' office? Something very special about his office. How many episodes were there of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? Mr. Rogers was very strict in his daily routine. In addition to getting up 5 a.m. every morning, he made time for prayer and studying. He weighed daily and tried to maintain a weight of exactly 143 pounds. What was significant?
About 143?
143.
Oh,
What-
I know what that is. I know that one.
What famous actor got his start as a stagehand on Mr. Rogers? And when was Mr. Rogers on the U.S. postage stamp? There you go.
We're gonna have to get the peanut gallery because I don't know a lot of these.
I think they're going to need some help too.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break, and Lisa's going to give us the answers when we come back
Right.
on Morning Coffee. Really good.
Hi, this is Elizabeth Gonzalez with People's National Bank. People's National Bank has partnered with Zelle. Zelle is an easy way to send and receive money with family, friends, and others you trust. You can use Zelle today right from your PNB To Go mobile banking app. Money moves directly between bank accounts fast. Stop by People's National Bank today to learn more about Zelle. Available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply. The Zelle service is property of Early Warning Services, LLC. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
Most business owners' plates are full. In order to have success with marketing, you need to create a clear message and action plan. Call me, Jeff Murphy, to help you take care of all your time-consuming work at 842-2159 WFIW.
WFIW-FM and Ultra Products are bringing back the popular Show Us Your Rack promotion. Now through December 31st, upload pictures of you and your buck to the Show Us Your Rack page at WFIWradio.com. The first 25 photos uploaded will receive a free t-shirt from Ultra Products in Fairfield. On Friday, January 3rd, one lucky hunter will be drawn from all the entries and win a Carbon Express Piledriver 390 crossbow valued at $400. Go to WFIWradio.com for complete details. Good luck, hunters.
Big games, breaking news, and behind-the-scenes stories. This is Bill Pollock, your host for the Big Ten Today each weekday here on WFIW. The Big Ten Conference is legendary, and we'll keep you updated. From football to basketball and everything in between, the Big Ten Today gives you exclusive access to news from every Big Ten program. Tune in weekdays for the Big Ten Today right here on WFIW AM 1390 and 103.3 FM, your News Talk connection.
Time for that Fairfield area weather forecast. Sunshine today, high 38. Cloudy skies tonight, low 22. For tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 42. Sunny and 40 for Friday. Saturday, partly cloudy, high 40. And for Sunday, cloudy skies with a high of 40. Overnight low was 8 above. Yesterday's high was 20. Currently, humidity at 74%. Winds out of the south at 5 miles an hour and the pressure at 30.4. Right now, we've got sunshine and a heat wave. It's 18. The WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar looks good this morning as well. Nothing showing up anywhere in the state of Illinois in terms of precipitation.
There we go. We're talking about the deity almost when we're talking about Mr. Rogers. You love Mr. Rogers.
Well, I watched a lot of Mr. Rogers.
I was a Mr. Rogers fan.
I think he was the real deal. I think
you don't think there was any kind of act there at all?
No, I don't.
I
think
he was
that
a
was
good man,
really him.
And
yeah, I do.
And we were talking about, do you think Mr. Rogers could survive in current culture?
I don't think so. I think somebody would try and dig up something on him or make something up about him.
I think we need a Mr. Rogers. I think we need a new Mr. Rogers.
I don't know.
Mr. Rogers is
but
dead.
Who would it be?
I don't know.
Outside of Tom Hanks.
Well, that's why I think
Hanks?
Tom Hanks is the perfect person to play him. Not only
Yeah.
does it resemble him, I'd like to go see that movie. I was not a Mr. Rogers person. I was a Captain Kangaroo guy. But I wouldn't mind go seeing it because my wife was mentioning last night, I'd like to see a movie where there's no downer.
Right.
And I would have to think that movie, even though there might be some, depressing things about things he had to go through, would mostly be an upper, wouldn't you think?
I would think so.
I would think it would. And he was bullied as a kid. He was heavy. He was shy, and I think this is kind of how he
turned out
the way he did, and he could relate to kids. And
all right, we're ready for
okay.
trivia.
Are you ready?
Because I'm going to be bad at this. So I'm looking for the peanut gallery.
Okay.
To maybe help. I'm not
need
sure.
Some help, yeah.
What was Mr. Rogers' profession before television?
Wasn't he some type of doctor?
No.
Uh-oh, Tom might have it.
Other Jeff says teacher. Tom says mailman.
Tom says mailman. That was Mr. McFeely.
Mr. McFeely.
But no. Who? Jeff Murphy is a part of the peanut gallery. Said what? Teacher.
He was an ordained Presbyterian minister. And he came home to visit his parents. His parents had just bought their first TV. He watched some children's programming and said, that is absolutely terrible. I can do something with television. So that's how that all started.
Genesis. Yeah. There you go.
Where did Mr. Rogers get his iconic sweaters that everyone should be wearing today? The cardigan. Where did he get
I'm wearing
them?
a sweater, but I don't have a cardigan on.
Where did he get them? Who? His mother made them. That's correct.
Wow. I was going to say the Woolworth store.
No. And the red one that he wore for 30 years is hanging in the Smithsonian Institute.
That's where it should be.
Who wrote the music for the show?
Paul Williams.
I'm going to say Henry Mancini.
How about Mr. Rogers? He also had a degree in music composition.
I had no idea.
Wow.
Did Captain Kangaroo was Captain Kangaroo a minister and music
No, but
composer?
he had Mr. Green Jeans and Bunny Rabbit and Mr. Moose.
That's true.
Okay, when was the last show aired? Oh, you know what? I skipped one.
Well, it was the first show. Yeah.
When was the first broadcast in color?
I'm going to say that's the mid '60s. So I'm going to stake my claim on '66.
I'm going with 67.
1971 was
Oh.
the first broadcast in color. There were 5 episodes before that in black and white.
Okay.
When was the last show aired?
1984.
No, I think that's too early. I think you get reached into the '90s if I'm not mistaken.
2001.
Okay.
Very
Look
good.
at this. Good job.
Very good.
That's the news guy.
Yeah.
What was one thing in particular that was special or different about Mr. Rogers' office?
I'm looking out to the peanut gallery. I have no idea. You?
He always had a pair of boat shoes and a cardigan hanging up in there.
That could be true, but that's not the answer I'm
What'd he
looking
say?
for.
Had a train.
Oh. Well, he had one on the show, but not in his office.
Not in his office.
He did not have a desk. Just
Oh.
like here, there's a barrier. See this big desk here? There's a
Yes,
barrier.
yes.
He didn't want to create a barrier. So no desk.
Well, I'm glad that you're on my side of the table,
Yeah,
Lisa.
this is a good side.
You know, I look
There are
at
no
it this way.
barriers between us.
I look at
See?
it this
There's
way.
little barrier
I'm
here.
not creating a barrier. You guys are creating a barrier.
Let me tell you, Turner, there's a barrier between you and me. Okay?
And
Obviously.
you created it.
That's right.
So no, he didn't have a desk. It was a couch and armchairs, so that he just, there
It's
was
very
nothing.
welcoming.
Isn't that? I thought that was great. How many episodes were there of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood?
1,029.
Yeah, I'm around 1,000.
8. Ooh, that's really close. 895.
895. And
How does he know this?
I don't understand.
He's not that old.
He's brilliant.
Well, he is brilliant. What is and he's got a great voice too. What do you? Are those still running? I mean, is there some place where you can
I don't
get
think- I don't
Mr.
think
Rogers'
there are.
Neighborhood?
I honestly don't know.
I don't think so. Probably on some streaming service, you probably could. I would imagine. But anyway,
It would take 18 days to watch all of them. 895.
you would be the kind of person, Turner, that would sit for 18 days and
I would
watch
not
it.
sit for 18 days and watch
You blow through those shows before
There
I even
was-
get halfway through.
There were 8 episodes of
Jack
that
Ryan.
show.
We're talking about Jack Ryan. He
There
got
were
before. He
8
went through. He sat one
There were
weekend and got
8
it done.
episodes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, Mr. Rogers was very
There's a barrier
strict.
between you and me, buddy.
Yeah, obviously. Mr. Rogers was very strict.
Yes.
We talked about getting
Yes.
up, blah, 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 blah,
Right.
blah. And he tried to maintain a weight of exactly 143.
I can answer that.
Oh, good. Let's hear it.
143 represents the amount of letters there are in the phrase "I love you."
Very nice.
That's because
Wow.
on a regular basis, I send 143 to my lovely wife.
That is so sweet. You just got a gold star in your cap, I think, today.
It's a gold nugget. Yes, that's what I am. I'm a gold nugget.
What famous actor got his start as a stagehand on Mr. Rogers? Bingo.
Michael Keaton
Very
says the
good.
peanut gallery.
Very nice.
And they're good.
And when was Mr. Rogers on the U.S. postage stamp?
2006.
1999.
2018.
Oh, my.
And on this postage stamp was also King Friday.
Uh-huh.
And, fun fact, King Friday, the 13th,
Yes.
King Friday the 13th, Mr. Rogers celebrated his birthday every Friday the 13th. He did that so that kids would associate Friday the 13th as something to look forward to rather than
Something to be afraid of.
something to be afraid of.
All makes sense. All makes sense to me. When did we lose Fred? How long ago?
Oh, boy.
I don't know.
I should have written that down.
I'm just wondering. I mean,
I don't. He was
I do not know.
He was. I think he retired when he was like 72, and he died maybe a year later or something like that.
That's why I've got to stay in this job.
2003, he died.
2003. Okay.
But yes, there is a movie coming out, and,
Looking forward to
everyone
seeing
should
it.
wear a cardigan today. Everyone
All right.
in town has
You
one
know,
on.
I thought you did a more than adequate job of filling in for KO, Ken Odie.
Thank you.
We'll do this again
Forget
sometime.
Disney World.
Yeah, this is the place
Way
to be.
overrated. Way overrated.
Lisa Konopasek, thank you very much. Mark Turner, take care of this place for a few days. I'm going to go on assignment. How's that sound?
Oh,
nice.
we are partying hard, boy.
Like it's 1999.
Better, man. It's
Later on. Bye. Alexa, play WFIW.
It's time for classic hits from WFIW.
News, talk, sports, and classic rock. This is the station listened to, not just heard. 104.9 WFIW, Fairfield, Illinois.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in downtown Wayne City. See pictures and prices at boydfern.com or follow them on Facebook.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Getting started this morning, the first public hearing of the impeachment inquiry. The witnesses before the House Intelligence Committee today are acting Ukraine Ambassador Bill Taylor and Deputy Assistant Secretary of State George Kent. They're following up on their closed-door testimony. We'll have opening statements, and then, says Fox's Griff Jenkins at the Capitol,
45 minutes of extensive questions.